started, we were quite a small company. We've been in the US since about 2003. So I started in 1999. I'm a food science graduate, which is my sort of training, I suppose. But I've got sort of qualifications in wine, and I'm a sort of keen cook, and all these things that have gone together, and I've come out being able to sort of design bars, be able to taste them, have the confidence to say when a taste is right, which is a very important thing when you're developing something like this. With reference to sort of green and blacks and our ingredients, I suppose it all starts with the cocoa and the cocoa beans. There are two types of cocoa beans. There are fine and flavour beans, and there are bulk and ordinary beans. Fine flavour beans is what we use. They're called that because they have a more complex flavour and
earlier today, and I will tell you that there's a great journey ahead of you. We've got really two great hopes for this evening. One is that you are going to walk away with a real good understanding of Green and Blacks, our principles, our philosophy, and really how we go about making our great tasting chocolate. And the second hope that I have, and I saw it earlier today, so I hope you'll see it again tonight, is you'll be able to see, feel, and taste the passion that goes into making Green and Blacks a wonderfully sustainable, great tasting chocolate. Myself, I'm here all night. We've got the great folks from Payne PR walking around, other members of the brand team, and of course, Micah himself, who is Green and Black's global head of taste. So any questions that you have?
Okay, so I really was very impressed with this event tonight. It was a lot of fun. How did you come about, creating this event?
Well, we wanted to bring something to life, really for everyone to be able to see the passion that goes into creating our chocolates. And what we thought would be really fun would be to have an interactive, engaging event in which we would have first a pairing of the wines. Micah Carhill, who is our global head of taste, has a background in both wine and has been making Green and Black's chocolate for the past 11 years. And as Micah suggested, pairing wines and chocolate is not always an easy thing. So he very carefully selected wines that would really bring out the flavor notes of the chocolate.
And they did.
Thank you.
Yes, I was most impressed with 3 of the chocolate bars.
Oh, do tell.
The white chocolate, I absolutely adored. It was my favorite, I think, of the 3. The peanut was absolutely delicious.
That's my personal favorite.
Okay, and I love the cherry.
Yes.
Those 3, and also the 70%.
The 70% dark was the first Green and Black's bar developed, and to this day, in both the U.S. and the U.K., is the #1 selling brand.
That's great. Well, those I liked all of those, but my favorite was the white.
The white. And as I mentioned to you, we get that response a lot.
Yes.
I think what really is special about our white is the creamy flavor and the vanilla notes that come through. And I love your idea about pairing it with fresh berries, especially after a heavy meal. It would be a fantastic way to very easily at home be able to enjoy Green and Blacks.
Yes, well, it's fantastic chocolate. Thank you so much for doing this incredible event.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks for coming. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Developing in the kitchen can be about 2 weeks, a month, but the actual process of developing a bar can be over a year or more. And sometimes, with a couple of bars I've done, I've found an ingredient. I thought one day I might be able to use that, so I keep it in my memory until I know that it can be used, or when we can get it made organically, because we might not be able to get it made organically or fair trade. So, we've got to jump through so many hoops in a way. but ultimately it's got to be about the flavour. You've got to get the flavour right. There are flavour combinations that people ask me about. Say, oh, have you made this, you made that? They go really well together. Chili being an obvious example. I've been looking to chili for ages. To me, there isn't a good chili bar on the market because it's just heat and chocolate. And to me, chili's about a whole fruit flavour behind chili. There's much more complexity in it than I think is on the market at the moment. So until I'm happy with what I've got, then there won't be a chili bar. Just get the right flavour. Don't just put out what you can. Put out things that exceed people's expectations.